Hello. I just noticed that some of you guys, and they kept asking me right here, how did I do this? How how basically did I test my Switchport security in my Switch? And I'm gonna show you this video, but I need you guys to give me likes and please subscribe so that way my channel keeps growing up a little bit, and that way I can show you things, CCNA security things, um, and CCNP later on. Uh, if you guys like my video, and then if you subscribe, I'll update something new about uh, P VLANs, which are private VLANs, and how to implement a private VLAN uh, on a network, and several more things that you would like to know. But I need you to please give me some likes and then subscribe if you can. At this point, I'm gonna utilize Kali Linux, and I'm gonna use a layer 2 device. Now, Kali Linux is just so simple. Most of you guys are gonna tell me how can I do to get Kali Linux installed in my computer? Well, you don't have to install anything. If you saw my previous videos where I tell you I have VirtualBox, and VirtualBox is a tool that I use to create virtual PCs or virtual computers. In that way, you don't have to install anything in your machine, in your actual physical PC. The only thing that you have to do is open VirtualBox, and it's gonna open Kali Linux right here as a virtual machine, and you will have your physical PC right here. So how can I do to get Kali Linux? It's so simple. You go to Google and you put download Kali Linux, and it's gonna give you the latest option. You click the first one, and it's gonna give you the 64-bit version of the 32-bit version. And the only thing that you have to do is click HTTP if you want an HTTP hypertext transfer protocol download, or if you want to download this as a torrent. Uh, Basically, weights like 1 gigabit. I'm not sure right now. 3 gigabits, I'm not sure. But anyways, this is the page where you can basically get Kali Linux, and this is a very useful tool to hack into Wi-Fi passwords. You can hack CCTVs, cameras. You can uh, you can basically hack devices such as switches or routers, if you have the right knowledge, of course. In this specific case, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do right here is basically a quick example, and you will notice that most of the attacks are basically performed by people that works for the company. It's very hard for to see a person hacking into the system, a person hacking an outsider, not employee. It's very difficult to see those kind of persons hacking the system up. You mostly see people that basically is working for the company that hacks into the system, or they do things like connect devices or USB or any other device to hack into the system. For example, I have a pen, and that pen it splits in two parts. One part is a pen, and the other part is an USB flash drive. And within that flash drive, I put Kali Linux, so I can connect that flash drive to any device, and then I will have access to Kali Linux and be able to hack any system. And that I did it because basically I learned how to do it in not because a professor told me how to do it, because I search in internet how to do it, and I can upload a video about, updating things like this and teaching you how to do this. But you need to like my videos and subscribe if you don't mind. Let's suppose that this is a company and there are two rooms. In this room I will have my station on my spot. So I work right at this office, and there is another office over here, and here, and here is the door. This is a door, believe it or not. Okay. But I work right here. That's the point, right? I have my PC over here. And okay. I have my chair. And as you know, if you worked in a call center, you might have noticed that in your spot there is always an RJ45 jack connector where you can get access to internet in order to work properly, in order to get to the company's network, right? So I will suppose this computer is connect to the RJ45, and the cable goes all the way up through the ceiling, through the walls, and gets to a room, and that room connects to a switch. That switch has several ports, and this computer is connected to one port. And let's suppose that since I know this, I will bring my laptop right here. This is my laptop, and then I'll just grab this cable, the one that is connected to the computer. I'll disconnect this cable, and I will connect my laptop to that RJ45 in the wall, right? And then I have in my laptop, I have this pencil that I was talking about that it splits into parts, and the part that is a flash drive I connected to my laptop, and then I'll get access to Kali Linux, and I will hack a port on the switch, and I will do what is called a CAM overflow. That's a content addressable memory overflow. And what that's gonna do is gonna send thousands and millions of relentless MAC addresses to the switch. Now every switch has, for example, 5,000 capability of supporting MAC addresses, or 4,000. If I send more than that, what the switch is gonna do is collapse, and it's gonna start forwarding those MAC addresses to all other ports, so the switch can support all those MAC addresses that are being sent. And the switch is gonna collapse, and then the switch is not gonna remember which port this MAC address is. It's not gonna remember which computer MAC address is, and everything will basically go crazy. So this is more or less an explanation regarding what I have here. Let's suppose that this is a switch, which is company switch, and that switch, let's suppose it is connected to many other devices such as excuse me, routers, or layer 3, and this is connected, let's suppose, to these devices, and I'm not gonna connect them because I don't want the switch to get too much trouble. But anyways, this is the company, this side is the company, and I'm the attacker right here that just disconnect the company's computer and connected his own laptop to, to hack this device right here. So what I'm gonna do is first put the command to hack this. Let's suppose that I was given a, let me just wait for this switch to get going because let me see if Kali Linux is working. It is. This is okay. Yeah, I'm connected right here, as you can see, to the switch. This keeps translating since I'm telling not to translate what I just did right here. Let's give him one more time. He's still translating. Okay, finally. Okay. Since I want to avoid this translation right here, as you saw, it blocked me. I will put no IP domain look up. That will stop translation. So if I make a mistake, it's not gonna keep translating. Okay. As you know, every single port of this switch is gonna be on VLAN. Show VLAN. VLAN 1. VLAN 1 has all the ports, as you can see. Since I'm connected, let's suppose that this computer got an IP address 192.168.1.2 from the DHCP server, and this switch has OIP interfaces brief. It doesn't have anything yet whatsoever. So I'm gonna send the attack right now, since I'm connected to this port, and this port doesn't have switch port security. No port security key. No port security whatsoever, right? So I know that because I'm the one that works for the company, and basically I know where to attack, and I'm gonna send the command macOff minus I Ethernet 0. What this command does is the Ethernet address, the Ethernet port, I'm gonna send a relentless attack of MAC addresses, and let's see how the switch is going with this attack. Look, I'm sending thousands. I open the switch and it's not even responding to the attack. See, not even responding. I'm not having access right now. It's blocked, so these people right here doesn't have internet no more, right? So I'll say, oh well, I will stop this attack. Bang, stopped. And look now, the switch is now up and running. Let's show MAC address table. Look, all these MAC addresses dynamically learn. Look, it's relentless. Oh, 292. Look, 292, and the switch collapsed. That's the point where the switch collapsed. It didn't learn no more, probably because this switch that I got is basically having a limit of 292 MAC addresses to learn. Okay, and it doesn't give me even a warning that somebody is trying to block me, or trying to get advantage of this switch. What I'm gonna do now is, now that I've noticed someone is trying to do this attack, I'm gonna put right here the command in this port, which is the gigabit 00. I'm gonna put right here. First, in order to enable switch port security, the port needs to be either a trunk port or an access port. I tried earlier on with this kind of device that I'm using right now with the layer 2. It didn't work as an access port because this switch doesn't support the accessed port and the switch port security to be in conjunction. It allows only trunk ports. I'll show you why. If I put right here, I'll create VLAN. I'll assign it to VLAN. I'll just assign it to VLAN 1. I just don't want to create VLANs right now. So I'll turn on VLAN 1, interface VLAN 1, and I'll shut down, and I'll put right here interface gigabit 00, and then I'll put right here switch port access, switch port mode access. Okay, switch port security, and it tells me command rejected. Gigabit 00 is a dynamic port. Well, with the command switch port mode access, I should be able now to put the switch port configuration, but it doesn't let me. So I'll put it as a trunk. I'll put right here no switch port mode access. Okay, and then I'll put switch port mode, well, first switch port trunk encapsulation .1q, and then switch port mode trunk. Okay, once that I did that, let me show you. Switch port security now enables switch port security. Aging time is gonna be 5 minutes. Switch port security MAC address is gonna be sticky, and sticky means every time a computer requests an IP address from the DHCP servers as a OSPF, EIGRP, or anything like that, request DHCP will be discovered. It will basically grab the MAC address of that device that is asking for an IP and save it into the NVRAM and say, okay, this is now, I'm going to learn dynamically all MAC addresses that are going to request DHCP server discover. So it's going to stick to that MAC address that is the device that is asking, and switch port security MAC address sticky, switch port security maximum of MAC addresses allowed to enter the switch. I'm gonna put 5. The switch has 200 and something that we saw earlier. Right here is 292 if I'm not mistaken, but I'm gonna put only 5 because I don't want this switch to be crazy. So switch port security maximum of 5. Switch port security violation will be to restrict, and that will let me a warning telling me, okay, whatever your name is, someone is trying to attack you, please verify this port. So restrict is going to inform me what is going on. I'll put restrict, and I think I'm done. I already enabled switch port security. and then I'll enter VLAN 1 and I'll put an IP address. IP address 192.168.1.1. Shutdown. Show IP interface is brief. And that's up with an IP address. So I'm able to ping from Kali Linux to ping 192.168.1.1. I'm able to ping the switch. Now my MAC address, this computer's MAC address is getting into the switch and the NVRAM, and the switch port security is going to enable. So I'm going to do the attack right now once more, and then I'll come back to the switch and see how the switch is going on with the attack. So far I have Kali Linux. I put the command macOff -EI Ethernet 0, sending lots of MAC addresses. Switch is going crazy, and then attacker decides to stop the attack. Let's go back to the switch and look this. Restrict has given me a port security violation, stating that on the port gigabit 00 someone is trying to send MAC addresses on VLAN 1. As you can see, that's working, and if you want that port to turn off, not to restrict or give you any advice, just put right here interface gigabit 00. Switch port security violation will be to we have 3 protect, which doesn't give you any advice. Restrict, which give you advices like this one, and shutdown, which is gonna turn off the port if anything violates the port. So let's do the attack once more. Let's just stop the attack. Let's go back to the switch, and now it went down. Look, it went down because I put shutdown. It went down. It's now shut down. It's not able to damage the switch no more. So if I keep sending the attack, it's not even affecting me. Look, shut down. So at the end, the shutdown command will be the best. Remember that port needs to be either a trunk port or an access port. And this is how you can test switch, and it's pretty awesome. When I was able to test this device, this switch now has port security, so I'll delete this. Port security enabled, and this guy's gonna get fired. So thank you for watching the video. It lasts 23 minutes apparently. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you don't mind, and I'll show you more things about Kali Linux, more things about port security, CCNA's security, and see you next time.